Good morning, we are live. Today is Monday, February 7th. It is 8:30 a.m. And again, we're going to talk about a subject that it seems like a lot of people like to talk about, women. As much as they like to talk about them, I don't know. There's a lot of people who are, with this MGTOW thing and all that. Use them, get rid of them, all that kind of stuff. So, there is more than one side here in this issue, this debate about women, and should you marry them? Should you boot them out the next day? What should you do? Good morning, everybody. Sawadee Cup. It's always a good subject, so that's why I'm here with this subject today. But before I get started here, right now it is sunny, 79 degrees, high of 94, low of 74. The humidity right now is 73%. The heat index, the field light temperature is 84. The Thai baht is 32.97. Hasn't crept over the 33 yet, which is, I wanted to get back up to like 33.4, 33.5, and I'm happy. The air quality is quite bad. It's 152. It's unhealthy. Air quality is something that air quality, traffic, noise pollution, all these things are reasons why I'm always thinking about, okay, where else can I live? Where else can I move? It's the reason why. I mean, a SkyTrain, all it does is carry people around from one place to another. It's great that it does that, but there's still a lot of people. Same with the boat, same with the MRT, the subway. There's still a lot of people. Sometimes it's just nice to be away from people. I like that. Winds, well, there's only winds only 1 mile an hour from the northwest. No rain forecast. Visibility 6 miles, which is the norm. And today we're going to talk about, as I said, women. We're going to talk about Chucky. You might be a little surprised. We're also going to talk about Spotify caving in. And, there's a video. I just put up a video earlier this morning. That is a video where I had a not virtual. I had a feast with Mr. Andy the Aussie. We had a feast yesterday, and you can see that on the video. And then also there'll be another video on Wednesday morning here, Tuesday night in the U.S. But before I go any further, I have to give the whole spiel. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this channel, if you like the stream. Subscribe, click the notification bell, and go down there in the description. Get yourself a shirt, get yourself one of my books. Slowly but surely, I am progressing with my next book, but I'm not in a big hurry. But go down there. You can get my previous 2 books. There are a number of ways you can help support the channel, so they're all down in the description. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The one thing that I was thinking about, I'm always thinking about, I always am wondering why so many people love Thailand. And Chucky, I was talking to him about it. Chucky's like, well, the vast majority of people, it's booze and bitches. Which I was surprised to hear from him, but I don't know that he's wrong. I think it's a combination of many things. I think the booze and the bitches, the bars, booze, bars, and bitches, I think that has something to do with it. I think the overall laid back nature of the people, the good weather for the most part, all these things have an effect on people and get people to want to come back. But the women in general, I was thinking to myself, why is it that people, are they like, do they have some kind of magical power? Is it the magical triangle? What is it that they have that get guys so sprung over them that guys will do damn near anything to get here, even in a pandemic? They'll do damn near anything to come here and see their girl or hit the bars or whatever it might be. Just what is it? Because I don't think you get the same. I don't think you get the same effect in Mexico or even Brazil. You know, the Philippines. Okay, yeah, maybe. But I don't think overall there's anywhere that really compares in that sense, where guys are like, there are so many guys, they're desperate to live here, they're desperate to come here and visit their, you know, I met this girl and, you know, we went out for 2 weeks and, you know, it was love. Colombia, yeah, maybe Colombia, maybe Cuba, although to a much lesser extent because of the difficulties that people, Westerners have when they go there, Americans especially. But yeah, I mean, I've been to Colombia, and as I said, I will say that I wasn't with any Colombian women. I don't know any. I never got to know any Colombian women very well. But from what I saw, and it wasn't like I was in the highest end area. I wasn't in this big HISO area where, you know, all the girls are rich. I wasn't. I was in a little neighborhood. It was in Medellin. And I was in this little neighborhood. I was in a very nice hotel. It was either a 4 or 5 star hotel. I don't even remember what the name of the hotel was, but it was a nice hotel. I had to be at this hotel because this is where the convention was. And so that way I didn't have to worry about commuting back and forth. And, you know, some of us went walking around the neighborhood and we went and had some barbecued chicken, which was fantastic. But what I remember is that the women, here in Thailand, the girls will dress in like Hello Kitty pajamas and walk around. And the same with the Philippines. They'll walk around and, you know, they're in a pair of ratty ass shorts and, an old sweatshirt or something. Or they just, I don't think they take care of themselves to the extent that the Colombianas, the chicas in Colombia, I don't think they really present themselves as well as the Colombians. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So if anybody knows more about Colombia and they've spent quite a bit of time in Colombia and in Thailand, let me know. Let us know. Come into the chat and talk about it. And I'm not saying that, you know, Thai girls are completely fashion unaware, but there's a lot of them that are. They haven't got a clue. I mean, you know, and especially, you know, you get some girl who's working in like in Nana, and, she might be with these stupid-looking platform tennis shoes that are, you know, multiple colors, and she's got long, just red socks on, and purple shorts, and it just, sometimes I look and I just go, oh my God. You know, whereas with the Colombians, I would be like, you know what? If I was to go out with this chick, I would have to dress a lot nicer because they dress very well. I know that in Italy, one of the things is you're generally you're supposed to dress nice all the time. You dress, and I don't dress very well now. I used to. I used to wear a suit. I used to wear a jacket all the time. I used to go out in slacks and a nice shirt, you know. But, you know, I don't have to anymore. That's the thing. I don't have to, and I don't really feel the need to walk around here in this just stifling heat in a suit or even a sports jacket. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Now, it's funny that you came in here. I did say hello to Chucky for you, and he said hello. Unfortunately, Chucky will be leaving Thailand. He wasn't planning on it, but he has to go to a funeral. I guess one of the people that he works with has passed away, so he feels the need to go back to the United States. So he's running around right now. I don't know about right this second. He's probably sleeping right now. Hey, John, thank you very much. Good luck for you, Chok D, and good luck for me. You are the first. You know, he feels the need to go back. So right now he's been looking for places to get his test done. And I don't know if he's going to go with the same place that Longhorns went or not. I'm not sure yet because he hasn't wrote me back. I don't think he has. Let me see here. Maybe he has, but I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like he's probably asleep right now. And he'll be up, I'm guessing 10 or 11, he'll be up at probably by 10. And then tomorrow he's going to go and get tested. And, you know, assuming he comes back negative, he'll be on his way back to the United States. And he doesn't think that he's going to come back. He may come back in a few months, but he's going to Mexico in, I don't know, I don't remember what he said, maybe another month he's going to Mexico. So just timing. It takes time before you know your partner, both tick off all the boxes all the time. Sometimes she meets your requirements and needs, but you don't meet hers and vice versa. Eventually it'll line up. Well, that's the wish of many guys who are looking for a woman to be a partner. Not everybody is doing that nowadays. And, you know, I mean, I'm happy. I know a lot of people who are with a woman and they're married or they have a girlfriend and they're happy. But I also know some people that have had some miserable times. And, you know, sometimes it's not that difficult to see that they're going to have problems. You know, it's like one of those things where you go to their wedding and you go, I give it 6 months, you know. It doesn't really matter what nationality, but I always say that if you're coming to Thailand, now you're dealing, not only are you dealing with a female, but, you know, assuming it's a regular kind of normal, whatever you want to call it, relationship, man-woman heterosexual relationship, not only are they women, but they're also women from a different culture with different thoughts, different ways of thinking, different cultural norms for them. You know, like in America, most people are not given something similar to a sin song. They're doing it far less here than in the past, but you know, that's a big difference right there. And for some Westerners, they can't get over that. They're like, why am I going to pay this girl when I'm going to take care of her for the rest of her life? And I'm the one, blah, 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 blah. Chiraro, good morning. Buenos dias. Swatitan chao. Bienvenido. I think that's how you say it. So, you know, just saying, oh, you know, I'm going to go over to Thailand, man. Those girls are great there. I met this girl when I was there. She was on the island, and she said she, you know, hey, she would help me here get set up, and I just needed a little bit of money, and we'd live happily ever after. And then I came back, and she had, like, I found out she had, like, 3 boyfriends. you know, you're asking for it. You got to move slowly, you know, and less and less Thai women are like in a big hurry to get hooked up, man. They're not that stupid. They may think differently, and they may not think logically all the time, and they may go off on you if something bad happens, far worse than what a Western woman would do, maybe. But they're not stupid. I don't know. I got no idea. Maybe it's Bugs Bunny, you know, Elmer Fudd. I come up with, I never practice, that's the thing. The only one I might have practiced is like an Indian voice, you know, like, what is it? You're making me most uncomfortable. You know, something like that. Or the woman is easy, you know. Female is easy. I can't do it in here, but don't get me on the stereotypical black woman who is in church and, you know, was with the child, please, you know, that kind of thing. I have to do it at a little bit louder, and I don't want to do it in here, but that, to me, I'm like, oh man, where did I come up with this shit? What makes me do that? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. And I don't think I'm that good at it, but once in a while, I get lucky. So let me see here. Yeah, the female voice comes out naturally. You bastard. Now, according to the Phuket Gazette, or Phuket News, sorry, Thailand is among countries with the world's most beautiful girls. Manscaped is a great product. My smooth balls, thank you. Keep up the good work, mate. Did you get something from them using Malin20, my code? I'm just curious. I still have their stuff, and actually their underwear is just now starting to show a little bit of wear in it. You know, it's the salty balls. But they still work really good. They help me, and there have been some times when I've done a lot of walking, and I'm like, oof, I'm feeling that chafing, and I've been running out of that. I ran out of the Drapoline, which is very good if you're walking for long distances. It's like for baby nappy rash or whatever. My lawnmower still works. I actually use it on my face and sometimes on my head. In fact, I've been needing a haircut for a long time because I'm just getting bald as hell. Not only here, but in the back. And I don't like it. So, I mean, I'm going to have to start shaving every day, shaving the head every day, which is a big hassle. But anyway, yeah, if you're walking like a lot and you don't want to use the Drapoline or, you know, whatever, or you just figure it might be a little bit of a hot day and it might have some hot balls, like Derek Lewis. You use that Manscaped, and that stuff works, man. It's good stuff. And I'll tell you what, I like the bath gel. I like the smell of it. It's just funky enough to, like, you know, maybe like smell really good. If you know what I mean. There's a little funk to it that, you know. So right now I've been alone in here since 7:30, and it is about 10 to 9. One person just came in. I don't know if she'll be staying, but I'm all alone. I'm here with the two barista, Mook and Beer. Apparently, Tian has moved over to Waitani Hospital. She is no longer here. She's been relocated, which, you know, okay, shit happens. But, you know, I go over there once in a while, so maybe one day I'll go over there when I'm gonna go get a checkup or something, and I'll end up seeing her there. But whatever, you know, doesn't really matter. Now, I wanted to read some things that I found on this Quora, which I don't really like it because, you know, they make you sign in and all this shit, but there was a question on here that says, what do you think about Thai women? And so I'm going to read some of the responses. My lawnmower slowed down or is more dull, but also dropped it a lot. Well, then, if you're dropping it, you can't really, I mean, you know. They do have, I think they have like the Lawnmower 2 or Lawnmower 3 out now. I have not really kept up with it as much as I should, but last I heard they had the Lawnmower 2. I don't have that issue. I don't need that lawnmower for anything but, you know, a little beard trim or, you know, to get over by the ears here or something like that. But anyway, you know, getting back to Chucky, I kind of feel bad because he comes over here and he's here for a couple of, I don't know, what, a month or so, and then boom, it's like, oh, I got to go back. Of course, he doesn't care. You know, Chuck is like, you know, nothing bothers him, which that almost bothers me. It bothers me that nothing bothers Chuck, if you know what I mean. Let's see here. So let me get back to this whole Quora thing. The question was, what do you think about Thai women? Yeah, I did see that, Longhorns. Now, this guy here, all right, there's a Sasha on here, which, who knows, maybe he's somebody I know, because I do know a Sasha. But I think it's spelled differently, so I don't think it's him. Well, maybe no, this is spelled, I think this is spelled the same way. All right, let me get to this one guy who writes here. Actually, let me get to something else before, what the hell was it called? Philip TV? Philip Solo TV or something like that. Look at this place, it's empty. Completely empty. It's not you writing. Hey, how you doing, buddy? No, it is spelled different than your name. But the guy's been here for quite some time. He's been here for 10 years, so. But let me read this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get to the Philip Solo. I'm getting off track here. Yesterday, I'm sitting with Nicholas. You know, the wife was out doing some things. She was getting some dinner and stuff like that. Alex is busy with his homework, and so Nicholas is just, you know, hanging out at the house. We start to talk, and we talk about some musical groups, and, you know, we listen to some music, and then he goes, oh, yeah, you know, there's this one channel I watch, and I go, oh, okay, well, what's the name of it? Philip Solo. I see on Philip Solo, hey, I tried the highest rated escort out in my area. And, you know, this girl comes over, and definitely not my type. I mean, covered in tattoos. Completely covered in tattoos. Spoke like Paris Hilton, which is not necessarily a bad thing. He did make it home for the weekend. And I think Bo is taking him to his final trip to the dentist, which means now Alex and Nicholas are both done with their braces and their whole, you know, other than their yearly maintenance, or every 6 months the maintenance on their teeth, they are done with their braces and everything. So that's one less headache, one less thing for us to have to worry about. But so Nicholas goes, yeah, check this out. He usually does funny food videos. Well, I just happened to land on the one that was about him going to an escort. And it was this, you know, like bleach blonde chick. And she seemed professional enough, very, very polite and everything. And this guy, he's not what you would call an alpha male, a big studly kind of guy. He's not the kind of guy that, I don't know, I didn't see him like, you know, throwing her on the bed, pinning her down and banging her brains out. I didn't see any of that happening. But you never know. Yeah, he knows what I like. Anyway, so, you know, they show him and talking to her, and he's you know, they're making small talk. finally, you know, she comes over to him and she starts kissing him. And he's like, all right, that's enough. Let me turn this off. So he turns off the camera and then, you know, goes to black, comes back. And she's like, so, you know, did you have fun or what do you think? And he's like, 10 out of 10. But this guy, what really got me was he was sprung, man. I mean, I can understand being nice to the girl and being polite and all that kind of stuff and having a smile. Okay, you know, listen, he just got laid. And I don't think he's banging any chick that looked like this, even with all her tattoos. If she took all her tattoos away, she'd be, you know, to me, she'd be better off. Or she just had a couple of them. But she was completely covered. And, you know, she had like a nose ring, and it just wasn't my thing. Anyway, the one thing that I got out of it was how quickly, you know, not the greatest looking girl, but you could see that, you know, maybe she'd be nasty in the sack and she'd take good care of you. But I could never see like going, oh man, that was, oh wow, I gotta be with this one. I got the feeling like she must have gave him the girlfriend experience. That's one of the things that got me thinking about, oh, you know what? We got to talk more about this, about women in Thailand, women in Asia, women in general, because this is the subject that a lot of people like to talk about. That money, to a lesser extent for the old people, travel. But anyway, you know, when I just thought to myself, God, this guy is like, you watch the video. His name is Philip Solo TV. I think that's the name of his channel. Just look up for I slept with the highest rated escort or something like that. And I just went, holy shit, man. I'm like, this guy's not that old. It's not like, you know, he should be able to get laid. I don't know if he's going to be with a girl that, you know, is going to be, who knows? You know, you never know. You can't tell how they are just from the way they look. There's been some girls that they look like, oh, she might be really nasty in the sack, and then she's like completely dead. And vice versa. You see one and you think, oh, she's so cute, sweet, and innocent looking, and she's the nastiest thing you've ever met in your life. So, you know, I guess my point is that guys are falling for Western women like that. Imagine with the Thai women, with how feminine they are, and polite, and sweet. That's why all these guys are just going nuts. Still, you know, I'm not talking about, you know, the chowder heads and all that. There are chowder heads out there, guarantee you. But anyway, let me get to this article, or this guy, what he wrote on Quora. He writes, add me, he does have next to his name, married twice. Add me to the list of men who think Thai women are the greatest thing that's happened, or the greatest thing that's happened to them. I met my wife online in 2014. All right, so online Thai wife. We started to Skype. One of the first things she did was show me around her village. She made people smile and laugh everywhere she went. Then she took me to the school where she teaches. She's a natural teacher. You could see it in the respect her students had for her. She was off on the weekends. She would go to her brother's house where her mother lived. She'd clean the house, wash clothes, cook, and take care of her elderly mother. This included almost daily trips to the temple. That would bug me. That would really bug me. Daily trips to the temple? I don't know. I'm not a religious person, so. I did not think I could fall in love online, but Skype was different. My girl was different. No, he didn't write that. But Skype was different. He did write that. I knew I loved her. Fuck me. I knew I loved her before I ever really met her. No, he loved the idea of her. He loved what he saw of her and what he pictured in his head that she was like. It was the happiest day of my life when I found out she loves me just as much. We were engaged in Thailand in 2015. It took almost 2 years of jumping through border protection hoops to get her to the States. I expected there to be things about her that I didn't know, or things about her that would change when she got here. There's been There's been nothing like that. She still goes to the temple a lot, and I go with her. We crack each other up daily. It's truly a wonderful life. Now, I don't know when the initial post was, but he updated it. It's taken me some time to write this. I feel rather foolish. While I was in it for life, I was just a stepping stone for her. All was fine when I financed her every whim and put her through school. As soon as I lost my job, she took all the money and ran to her rich friends that I did not like. If that was not enough, she stayed on to gaslight me and drive a wedge between me and my family. She abandoned me for a year before I filed for divorce. Now she is attempting to take me for everything I have. She won't destroy me. I don't care about money. Oh my God. Now, I've never read this before. I just saw that there was a paragraph. And this is, first of all, she won't destroy me. Well, she might. I don't care about money. And when you don't care about money, she's probably going to drive your ass to the poorhouse if she hadn't already done that. For her, it is all that matters, money. I find the whole thing rather funny. I don't find it funny. I don't know how he does. We never had a bad day until she left. It was still the best 6 years of my life. I thought that keeping her in money would dull her love of it. I was wrong. I spoiled her. I truly don't think she really cared for me much anyhow. All right, I don't know if there's any other responses. Oh, fuck. Gotta sign in. Bastards. Why do they have to know everything that I'm... Okay, let me see here. What happened? Scott, there's more to read in your feed. I want to read what I was reading. Let's see. What happened to it? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Let me see if I can find this. All right, here it is. Robert, you hit the jackpot. First thing, always, how does she treat her family? It's not just going to the Buddhist temple, but enabling Buddhism. I congratulate you. Oh, this is back in February when he first put his initial comment in. He updated it 8 months later. Oh, so happy for you. Indeed, there are many. Oh, this was a couple of years before that, actually. It was 3 years. Indeed, there are many nice girls, whatever their nationality. I think people just need some luck. No, they need some smarts. Congratulations, what a story. Here's another guy. And I think he's an Indian guy. To me, Thai girls are very dangerous in my life. So this guy writes, this is right back when he had got involved with the girl, first got involved with her. I'm guessing you're dealing with bar girls. Try to find an outgoing, hardworking Thai woman who is well known at the temple. Oh, Jesus Christ. Or Buddha. She ended up very dangerous. Here's 3 years later, 3.5 years later. She ended up very dangerous in my life too. All was fine when I was taking care of her. As soon as I needed help, she took all my money and ran. If that was not bad enough, she drove a wedge between me and my family. And this girl comes on, you sound like a low-class person. Oh, so there you go. He looks like a soy boy, barf. You know, he's what my kid said, he's an emo. He's like one of these real sensitive guys, and, you know, dresses in all black, and sounds like a Chowderhead letter. It does. I bet she had a big set of spuds. I go to temple and make tumble. Listen, if my wife goes more than to the temple more than 2 or 3 times a year, I'm like, what the hell are you going there for? I'm like, since when do you need to go to the temple that often? A woman will not respect you if you let her run all over you. She will find a stronger man and move on. That's very true. Definitely the best sociopaths. Okay, I'll make sure the women I meet are well known in intent. Sasha, you know that. I know you know that that is the biggest crock of horse shit. She's so well known at the temple. It doesn't mean that she doesn't like to gobble the goo and jump all over it with any guy she can, and that gives her the little twinkle in his eye. It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. It's just like, listen, I knew a girl who was like, she said, I am a devout Mormon, and yet she came into my room. I was renting a room with this guy in his house, and she was renting a room. I came back from working out one night. She was sitting there with her friends. And I'm like thinking, okay, yeah, hey, how are you? Didn't know her very well. And then I go and take a shower. I go in my room. I'm laying on the bed, butt-ass naked. And she comes into my room, starts, giving me pleasures. And then she told me, I got to say goodbye to my friends. I'll be back later. I said, okay, whatever. I was like, guess I'm getting laid tonight. And then that went on for a few months. It was like, hey, anytime I wanted, I just go knock on her door. Anytime she wanted, she'd knock on my door. And she was, I'm a devout Mormon. I'm glad you're devout. Whatever. I mean, I don't have anything against religion. It's just not for me. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the girl is going to be pure as snow, pure as driven snow. But that's about it. Hello to all, and to all a hello. So there you go. That's I should look around from these. Let's see here. Is there a reason not to marry a Thai girl? My friend was getting a massage in Bangkok, and when finished, the girl told him never marry a Thai girl. The girl is telling him this. Oh, God. So the first answer was anybody who marries a Thai bar girl and expected her to behave like a sensible wife is just plain dumb. And what I always say is, if you're going to get involved, you better know the scene, and you better just know what to expect. Because if you're some newbie, you're going to get stomped on. And you are just the luckiest simp in the world. How many foreigners do you think the girls watch and experience coming to the country, bang the girls on the cheap preferably, and then leave the girls to go on in that sad cycle? Do you expect those girls not to treat foreigners like a walking ATM that should be emptied ASAP? If you marry an entertainment girl, you should treat her like that if after marriage. What? Even if after marriage. You have the money, you have the power, and she obeys. And that's not necessarily always true. Sometimes they're smart. Some of them, it's like, that's such a freaking, that is so 1970s, 1980s. I'm gonna go over to Thailand and I'll just pay a bunch of money and take her on my Thai girl. Yeah, you can get that, but you're gonna get some girl from the farm, and maybe she's a good chick and she's smart and she's willing to work with you and try to build a business or whatever it might be, and she's willing to work for her money. Maybe she even has a real job. But a smart guy doesn't come to Thailand and go, oh, I'm gonna be with some chick and I don't care if she has a job because I want her to be with me every minute of the day. That doesn't work. No worky. All right, let me see something here. Let me continue. Guys, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up. Please. Carlos, how you doing? How's things? How is everything? Let's see here. It's funny you say that, Sasha, because there used to be a girl, I was telling this to Andy the other day. I said, oh, you see that booth over there? That old lady has a daughter that used to work here all the time, and she was really cute. I mean, she was a Muslim. They were Muslims, but she never wore her garb. She she would wear a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and it pissed the mother off. And so all these guys would line up because she was helping doing the cooking, and they just wanted to like go over and flirt with her. And she spoke English because, you know, I used to go there. I didn't know she was there in the beginning, you know, I didn't have any idea. And then she was there and she was like speaking English to me. And I was like, oh, you speak English? And she said, you know, I'm going to have to leave here. My mother doesn't like me working here. I said, why is that? I said, because all the guys that line up for you. And she's like, no, because I refuse to wear my Muslim outfit, you know, the whole garb. She didn't want to wear it. So the mother sent her back home. She was like, get out of here. You can't, because she was scared, you know, somebody was going to knock her up. Marrying for eye candy is the habit of millionaires. The women they marry usually are gold diggers, so the match is perfect. She might dump him for someone richer or for someone with bigger boobs. The only thing you should tell your prospective wife is that you have a job and are stable. Maybe Uncle Lou left you a few million in a condo in Maui. Keep it to yourself until you are married. In the state of Oregon, any assets acquired prior to marriage are not part of any divorce settlement, so she doesn't get the Lamborghini. That's a brilliant, just the part where it's like, you don't have to tell her everything that you have. You don't have to put all your funds into one bank account and, our money is our money, your money is mine, and my money is yours. No, wrong. Wrong-amundo. The question didn't say anything about bar girls, it said Thai girls. So unless every woman in Thailand works in a bar, you didn't answer the question. Yeah, strictly speaking, you are right. I probably made the mind jump that the bar girl was talking about other bar girls. I would say that, well, she wasn't a bar girl, she was a massage girl, but in some cases, that's not much of a difference. I would say there is no more danger for Western guys in marrying regular Thai girls than any other Asian nationality or any nationality where the guy is older and richer than her. Sounds maybe cynical. You should be a little cynical. You should definitely be cynical. You'd be cynical with every woman. I mean, why wouldn't you be? Patia Bobby at the CYO Catholic Girls. Oh yeah, Carlos. You're getting the cut, I see. Choke D with that. And then you don't have much longer to come back. Let's see here. I married a good Thai girl. I recommend it. Never a bad Thai girl, though. The only way that you know if they're good or bad, and that is a huge stretch, because there are areas of gray, for sure. Fucking fly. This fly's been flying around once my... The masseuse has probably seen a lot of Thai girl foreign guy relationships turn ugly. The cultures are so different that very often this rears its ugly head on down the line. Okay, my guess is that masseuse wasn't condemning Thai girls, but rather issuing a warning that foreign guys / Thai girl marriages have a pretty high probability of turning ugly. But then the marriages she's been privy to have likely been either Thai bar girl / foreign guy who went to Thailand to have sex with Thai bar girl marriages, or poor Thai girl in need of money, old, ugly, middle-class foreign guy whose chance of finding an attractive young bride in his own culture are zero marriages. Other than Jim, I have yet to meet a U.S. guy that has a Thai wife in America successfully. Well, the United States is a big place, Bob. Okay, you may have met a lot of people there and all that, but they are there. But I think that it behooves a man, a Western man, an American man, to You don't just. I think like this guy, the last guy in the story. He's like, oh yeah, I met her online, and it took me 2 years, and I got her to America. Oh my God! Don't you go over there and spend some time with her and like hang out in Thailand for a couple of months before you say, wow, I'm gonna bring her to America. And the girl's like, ha 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 ha. Yes, money for me, the pretty. And the guy's like, I'm so in love. It's love. Till she gets taken over like that guy, her rich friends, yeah. But you know, he was an idiot. I read there's a lot of wives go to Thai meetups and other wives fill their head with nonsense like my husband buys me this and that. Yeah, well that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That whole getting around the Thai girl scene, and you know, well, my husband buys me this, and I came here and he buys me that, and ugh. I know. What's the guy? They come into the. I don't think they're married. I think they've been together like for 20 fucking years. A guy Mike and Amy. And I've met with them here in Thailand, and they live over in on the East Coast. You know, and they seem very happy. Now they are going to move back over here, and I don't believe they're, at least last night. I haven't talked to them in a little while, but I don't believe that they are legally married. But they've been together for years and years. The having been in a bar isn't a huge problem. Everyone keeps talking about it. It's the language and cultural differences, period. Well, I think maybe it's getting to be less of an issue because people know going in what it's about. I think, say, 20, 30 years ago, there were some real idiots out there who just thought, I'm going to go over there and, even the bar girls there, they're prostitutes, but they're different from the prostitutes in America. They may be different, but, back in the day it was, what is my job? Why am I a prostitute? Why am I working in a bar? To make money. Maybe to find a good guy, but that's not every girl. Nowadays, I think guys know going in, listen, this is what I'm getting. And the girls are like, hey, take me as I am or fuck off, This fucking fly is driving me nuts. I wanna do the Shaolin monk thing. I need the chopsticks though. Yes, this is to believe. You can make again you in rich country. You can make again you in rich country. Maybe this my only chance. Or you can just be, you can be, I don't know. I mean, I see Thai women and they're dressed in shit. I'm sure you've seen this. Carlos and Bob and Longhorns and a number of other people in this chat. You see a girl and she's got on, Gucci sandals. She's got a Prada purse. She's got, some kind of designer sunglasses. Her nails are all done up, to the hilt. Her hair's always done. She goes around and, she's just got to look like she's, a millionaire. And the truth is, somebody else is financing that, like 3 boyfriends. And, you just got to be careful. You really got to be careful. Well, I don't know if I, the way you have that worded, Bob, I don't know. Yes, the language and culture can be an obstacle, most definitely. Unless you learn and accept it's different and they don't have to be like you. Well, whether you learn the language and the culture or not, they're still going to be different than you. They're always going to be different. The way they think is slightly different, and hopefully you can influence them a little. or your ways will kind of rub off on them, and maybe some of their ways will rub off on you. Yeah, I think that's kind of natural. It's like by osmosis. And sometimes it's not a good thing. Like, you know, when I met my wife, she never swore, she never said bad words, she didn't really get upset. And when she married me, she says bad words and she gets upset. It's all because of me. A girl having or wearing all those luxuries makes it an easy no for me. She's out of my pay grade. Yeah, exactly. Scott, I've been out with beautiful Venezuelans and Colombians, but have never woken seeing the same beauties. So you're saying they are better than the Thai women? I've never woken seeing the same beauties. Okay, I got you. Well, Bob, you're in a class of your own, to be honest, and I think you know that. And I don't mean that in a bad way in any sense. But you are in a class in your own, in that you've done things your own way for a long time. You've been in a position, you put yourself in a position to do it like that. You don't really give a flying fuck about, you know, whether they love the hell out of you or not, whether they're happy with how you are. I don't mean, you know, you don't want them happy. I just mean, like, if you are a certain way and you believe in that, then if they're not happy with it, that's just tough shit. All right. Well, I didn't get it that way. I didn't take it that way. I took it in a better way. That, you know, like every time you go to, you wake up with a different one every day. You don't see the same one every day. You know, I grew up in Florida, man. There was Latinos all over the place, and some of them were smoking hot. But they tend to be much higher maintenance than Thai women, in my opinion. The average Thai lives in the here and now. Not many will look towards the future. They will party. They will look towards the future, and they will spend every dime today to party and buy brand name items and not save for tomorrow. Well, that sure in the hell ain't my wife, and I'm thankful of that. You know, you find a girl like that, you boot her. So get out of, you know, you party with her one night, you have sex with her, and you go, thanks, good times, honey. And then she goes, why don't you want to go out with me? You know, I'm not ready. You know, I just want to do my own thing. You know, Thais are not from, you know, and I don't mean to stereotype the entire culture and all women, but and all men and in between, they don't generally plan very well, and they are not the best communicators. Which I must be. You have one of the exceptional Thai wives. Well, I don't know if she's exceptional, but I wouldn't have married her if I didn't think she was good. Because I waited a long time, you know, by most standards. When I was growing up, you know, people got married. They get out of college and they get married. You know, they're 22, 24. And I waited, you know, I was 35 or so, 37, something like that, when I got married. So I'd sown my oats, pretty much. And I think a lot of guys, they don't ever get to sow their oats. I mean, not like people who come to Thailand. Hobo Traveler, I don't know that Hobo Traveler has the greatest game. I don't know, because I haven't watched it. I mean, I've watched a couple of his little videos here and there, but I don't know that he's got, like, any game. You know, I don't know that he's the most proficient speaker when it comes to women. I don't know, they listen to him and they go, wow. You know, so the longer you're with a woman, the more you see the personality, not the outer beauty. What looks great at first blush can be rotten inside, or at least incompatible. Well, yeah. And that's why I've talked to many Thai girls, and they damn near all of them have said yes to this. But they want to know you for a long time before they start saying, "Oh yeah, I'm into you." I mean, you can give them a good dicking, and that doesn't mean that they're not looking forward to the sex. But if you don't have a half a brain and you're not pretty shrewd and sharp, and you know how to talk to them and maybe make them laugh, if you don't have something, I'm talking about Hobo Traveler. I don't know that he is in a position where he really can gauge just how fantastic some of the women he's been around are, because he's been in a lot of places. And I'm very surprised that I think you know what I'm getting at, but I mean, I think he's a great guy and everything, and he, from what I've seen, but I don't know that he's gonna be scamming on all sorts of women. I just don't know. That's what he meant by the comment. Let's say they can't see further than it. Yeah. I meant they don't look, plan into the future. Yeah, but does he plan into the future? I mean, I don't know. My point is what is the woman gonna see in him where they want him so much? And no offense to him at all, but he's an older guy. And when you get older, the girls are like, hey, if you ain't got money and you don't have something really going on, you don't have a big freaking 12-inch sausage on your thigh, or you don't have a lot of game, it's money, game, or a big sausage, and you're able to use it. Most of them are going to be like, what do I want with this guy? So that's maybe why they don't see past their own nose. He doesn't even know. They may really know how to plan themselves out. I don't know about Thai women. I don't think he had very good things to say about Thai women. I knew some girls that saved a few million baht over a few years and have so far made it through this forced furlough, but not many. For you who don't know any of these girls, you were with the C team. Yeah, I agree. What if you, holy shit, now they're all coming in here. Gennaro made me laugh. What if you have all three and can dance? Well, there you go. I can't dance. I'll give you that. I'm a shitty dancer. Get me smashed, maybe I have a chance. Whoopi Goldberg originally had the nickname Whoopi Cushion because she was very gassy. True story. He's a bum, that's why he's Hobo Traveler. So what the hell's he gonna know about women? You think women are looking at him going, wow, ooh, I'm so interested in you. You're so good looking. And I bet your ass is tight as a fucking drum. I don't think that's how they think. They don't think that about a lot of people, and maybe with some it might be me as well, but I'm just saying. Now listen, I gotta say something. I was really thinking about this today, and I said to Mook, Mook, I'm just curious, who is the smartest of all the girls that works here? And she said, beer. She said, sure, beer. Really? She's been, like I said a few days ago, she's been very, very busy here. Apparently she's overloaded with work. But apparently she is very, very intelligent. Which, that's saying a lot. She's the studious type. And I said something, she said, oh, I'm so tired. I said, what, you go out last night, you go out drinking or something? No, I don't drink. Gennaro has no shot. Oh, you're so kind. Thai women with at least a real bachelor's degree don't live for today and spend all their money. Thai women need to skip school to support family, live for today. Yeah, that's very accurate. Yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? 19 thumbs up. You got 53 people watching. 19 thumbs up. Don't be lazy, please. Do your part. If you're not going to contribute, then come into the chat, leave a thumbs up, whatever. I understand. That's fine, but do me a favor, leave me a thumbs up. It's supposed to help with the algorithm. And you know, I can tell you that a lot of times we start talking about stuff like this. Like the other day I had the one, which one was it that they didn't monetize? Where is it? You got no shot with beer. The other day when I had it was yesterday. The Skewed View, Let's Talk About Women. I don't know what we talked about where I got that nasty where it couldn't be monetized, but they did not allow me to be monetized. So I hit review, and they confirmed, no, unmonetizable. So when I start talking about this kind of stuff, which is I find it to be enlightening to find out how other guys think. And they don't want to monetize it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And on that note, I was surprised that Spotify took down over 100 old Joe Rogan Experience episodes. Now, before I forget, Australia is opening up to tourists in March for vaccinated tourists, which is, I think, good news for Aussies and also for the people who want to get in there. But they took down over 100 of the Joe Rogan Experience episodes. I think it was only one of which was during the pandemic. But you know, we're all fucked. No, I didn't say that. The ex-Thai girlfriend has a bachelor's degree and sells real estate in Bangkok. She plans for the future very well. Well, my wife is the one who plans for our future. To be honest. I mean, I help her out with a few things that she needs to know, but for the most part, she's the one. Not to say I couldn't, if I was alone, I wouldn't do it. I would, and I still do, but not like she does. She's, anytime she's not working or messing around with the kids or me, she's sitting there looking at something. I'm like, what are you looking at? Oh, I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm like, another Bitcoin video? Oh, I'm looking at the stocks. She's always doing that kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe I should ask Beer, do you have stocks? Because if you don't have any stocks and bonds and Bitcoin, Gennaro's not going to be interested in you. He wants a girl who's got her shit together. I wish Joe Rogan's podcast wouldn't be on Spotify because I can't be bothered, but it's a shame they're taking off videos too. Yeah, you said that at the time. Oh, maybe I did, yeah, I don't remember. My memory is, if you guys say so, I believe you. It's funny, you guys you remember more than I do. Half the time I don't remember what the fuck I said the day before. Yeah, I don't like the whole shape the narrative. It's like, wait a minute, why can't we talk about something? Sometimes, you need to have that discourse. You must have that in order to progress, in order to, and listen, there are times, I'm like, I feel a certain way, and then I start reading something, and I start going, wow, is that true? And I check up on it, and somebody tells me, yeah, that's the truth, and then I go, shit, I've been thinking all wrong. I got it all wrong. That's the thing. Don't ever think you're always right, because that just makes you an idiot. And, once or twice I've been caught online where I've said something, and I was like, nah, it's not how it is. And then I go back, and I'm like, I guess I was wrong. I was wrong. Beer is gainfully employed young woman. That'll do. Hey, Beer, you smart? Chalat, man. Chalat maka. La. She said, yes, I'm very smart, for sure. I said, really, for sure? You're smart? Yes, for sure. And And there she goes. Say goodbye to your girl. I don't know, why is this so blurry? Wait a minute. Where's the camera at? But what's she gonna say? No, I'm a dummy. Some of them will. Some of them will go, no, I know, I might tell a lot. I would expect her to be, you know, it's all relative, but I would expect her to be, for a Thai woman at her age, she's probably fairly intelligent. I think she'll be with Starbucks for a while. She's gonna end up being a manager or something like that. Somebody like Preo, I don't see it happening. She's not gonna be a manager. I think what'll happen is she'll end up hooking up with some guy. The guy will be like, honey, you know, I'll pay for you to have a little market, or a little this, a little that, or she'll have money and she'll want to do it and be close to him, and then they'll pop out a kid, and then the next thing you know, bye-bye Starbucks. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but, you know, that happens a lot. And one thing that you can say about Thailand is, you know, look back 50 years ago, 75 years ago, 100 years ago. Man, the girls were getting pregnant really, really young. And then that was it. They stayed home, took care of the kid. That was their job. That's all they did. Nowadays, they you know, they're like, fuck that, I'm going to work. I want to make my own, my own money and do my own thing. I can't be part of that story then, because snipped/sad. Well, sometimes I think it is a good thing to be snipped, although I'm not going to be snipped just because I know my wife, she don't want to have any more kids. Now, if she changed her mind, I would tactfully and firmly say, you're not allowed to change your mind at this age. And, you know, I think she knows. She's too old at this point, which she freely admits. She likes to say that, I'm so old now. I'm like, you ain't like when I met you, but, you know, listen, that's what happens. Time goes by, you get older. There's nothing you can do about it. What are you going to do? Stop fighting it and just acknowledge it. Listen, I used to look like Brad Pitt. I used to be shredded, you know. I used to be a little surfer kind of guy. I'm not anymore. Whatever. Get over it. You know. All right, let me go back to one of these stories. Ha, 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 ha. Let's see here. Oh, here's a good one. Well, I could go over these all day long. It just happens to be my 21st wedding anniversary today. We are still married and have a fancy dinner at Hyatt to celebrate. Just wish I was not on antibiotics. Too much fucking information. Jesus Christ. This guy's lived here since 1991. There are reasons not to marry people of specific persuasions, dishonest, more loyal to another cause, family, self, debt, repayment, etc., addicts, gamblers, and so on. If you got a chick who, she's a gambler, fucking do not get anywhere near her. If she's on the yaba, you know, crack your nut and get on down the road. Don't be around her. My experience suggests that non-Thais will meet and mingle with a wider band of economic strata of Thais than Thais who can recognize the traits easier than foreigners. We don't pick up on the signs, and when we do, we often ignore them because they come from someone we find attractive. Yeah, you know, one thing is that when you think about it, the Thais are very good at picking out where a person stands in society. They are very, very good at that. They can just talk to somebody for 2 minutes and boom, they know. Sasha, I believe, never snipped and tell. Bob, I've been meaning to ask you, have you got your car back yet? Or is that still on hold? No. Oof. Wasn't it supposed to be back already? Or are you're patiently waiting? I can't see you patiently waiting. Sorry. But I can't see you patiently going, okay, honey, you bring it back whenever you want. No, I see you saying, hey, when the fuck are you going to bring me my car back? What the fuck? Where's my car? That I can see. Car is still in Royette, but I have two, so no worries. I drive the Fortuner. All right, so you are being patient about it, which is surprising. As long as she's not causing any grief. That's the thing. One thing, you know, and I said this yesterday. If you come to Thailand, you meet some girl, wherever you meet her, you're playing pool at some pub or something, you meet her, you're like, oh my God, she's great. You know, you don't bang her the first night, or maybe you do. You take her, you know, you take her out a couple days later, you go out with her, oh my God, we're having such a grand time. She's so wonderful. And then, you know, of course, you know, you're getting enthralled and the hook is being set because she's banging your brains out. And you're like going, oh my God, it's never been like this before. When really it has, but you just can't remember that far back. Maybe, you know, you ain't got laid since, you know, 1977 or something, I don't know. And she sets the hook. And you're like, okay, that's it, I'm done. And then you wonder why things don't work out. You know, when you don't even know the chick. It's like you just expect everything to, you know, everything's gonna fall in line, and you can see her driving kids to school in her YouTube channel. Okay. All right. But, you know, they come here and then they're here for a couple of weeks. They've been with this girl for a couple of weeks. And, of course, if the girl's working in a bar, what a lot of guys do is go, honey, I feel bad you have to work in a bar. I don't want you working in a bar. You know, I love you, and you love me. You know, I will take care of you. So the guy knows her for like a total of 5 days. He flies back to America. And in some cases, you know, maybe they got a wife or a girlfriend and they go, shit, I can't take care of this girl. They get back and reality smashes them in the face like a fucking jackhammer. And they go, ooh, you know, my wife, she's going to go over the credit card bills. She's going to go over all my money in the bank, and she's going to know I got some other girl. I better not do that. And then they just disappear. And then they wonder why the Thai girls get pissed off when some guy tells them after 2 days, oh, baby, I love you so much. You know, but then the guy, he's like, oh, I got to take care of her. She's my world. She's so special. She's different. She's different. Well, that electric scooter it'll either do one of two things. It'll help you from not tripping and falling and breaking your ankle or twisting your knee, or you'll crash and fall and you won't have a crash helmet on, and you smack your head on the pavement. Yeah, that was a great bike. Price dropped. I got another for $5,500. Oh, I forgot you got the bike, and that bike, I'm thinking of the one that Longhorns and I saw that was like $1,000. You got another one. 5,500 baht. Maybe I should get one. Maybe I should get one of those. Bob! Oh God, you got the training wheels on. That's funny. Yeah, send it in the send it to me too, Bob. Maybe that would be a good thing for me to do. I can go out and start streaming and drive my little electric bike around. I'm running out of gas. I'm running out of juice. I wish I could send you the picture. Bob, don't put yourself out, man. I mean, I can already picture it, and that's enough. Bob on one of those bikes with training wheels. Oh, God. Yeah, you need one of those. Get a golf cart. Get a little golf cart, Bob. There's a lady, there's actually two people in my neighborhood who they're like small golf carts. They like fit like two people, but they're compact. And yesterday I saw some lady. All of a sudden I'm like walking down the street. I don't have my map.